The rules are meant to help each other, not to hurt each other. We stick to the letter of the law, not the spirit of the law. And that's all over the country. And as a result, people's dreams fall by the wayside. People are not able to do great things in their lives because strict adherence to nonsensical rules kills innovation.
और कमेंट्स में लोग कहते हैं कि यू आर जेलस ऑफ इंडिया.
Jealous of, I don't know, jealous of what? Jealous of some great achievements on paper, which are meaningless. They're not translated to real achievements. 80%, like you mentioned, are still living on ration. Am I jealous of that?
You use the term decentralization. I think this is a major issue with India, decentralization. There is hardly anyone who is kind of 100% responsible for taking decisions at the actual practical level. So everybody is pushing files. They are just passing the buck. तो आपने क्या इसको महसूस किया कभी भारत में?
बहुत महसूस किया, बहुत. अरे, I almost never came to the United States because of this kind of lack of decision making. मैं आपको एक बड़ी दिलचस्पी बात बताता हूँ. When I got admitted to Caltech, there was a very simple relationship agreement. You pay for the room and board, we will take care of your tuition. Your tuition in those days was about $11,000-12,000, and room and board was about $4,000. $11,000 was tuition, and $4,000 was room and board, right? Which is fine. Now, in India, there was some arcane rule that said that if you get a scholarship from abroad, you must get at least 75% aid for us to allow you to go abroad. Because they were trying to conserve foreign exchange and said, you try to get 75% aid from a foreign university. So the aid was because of this way of thinking and, differentiating the tuition from room and board, my percentage of aid was coming to 72%, not 75%. So I said, it doesn't matter. You pay me less money. Instead of $4,000, pay me $3,900 or whatever that sum came to, and I'll still manage with a little less. I'll eat 3% less. I mean, big deal, right? And because these are also estimates, they're not actual figures. So my mother worked in Central Bank of India, and she asked me to meet so-and-so. I met everybody at RBI, here, there, everybody. Nobody could make a decision. They're like, no, sorry, you cannot go. Sorry, you cannot go. Sorry. I tried getting Indian government to give me permission from anyone. Nobody was willing to take that decision, that simple decision that it's okay, we will give you 3% less. So the original intention of that rule was to limit the amount of foreign exchange you could take out. So you'll take out only 25% of the total amount, and that's fine. You figure out how to make up for that 3% shortfall. But they're like, no, we cannot override this rule. We will not give you permission to go to America. My father, in desperation, faxed in those days a letter to Caltech saying, this is what the problem is. Is there any way you can increase the aid from 72% to 75%? Within 24 hours, Caltech wrote back, aid increased to 75%.
Imagine, this would not have happened in India at all.
Can you imagine? I would never have come to America. I would never have done everything that I did.
And the world would not have got email.
Well, the world would have gotten email, for somebody else would have done it, but not me. And that's the whole point. I think India has to, the rules are meant to help each other, not to hurt each other. We stick to the letter of the law, not the spirit of the law. And that's all over the country. And as a result, people's dreams fall by the wayside. People are not able to do great things in their lives because the government and the rules and strict adherence to nonsensical rules kills innovation.
जब आप ये बातें कहते हैं तो मैं आपके पॉडकास्ट को जो पिछले हुए हैं उनमें कमेंट्स देख रही थी और कमेंट्स में लोग कहते हैं कि यू आर जेलस ऑफ इंडिया। आई नो इट इज़ वेरी फनी।
Jealous
वो
of what?
कहते हैं
Jealous of a
ये
poor lifestyle
एग्जैक्टली
that people have over there? Jealous of, I don't know, jealous of what? Other than, hey, I can change India if they only started thinking correctly. Jealous of what? Jealous of some great achievements on paper, which are meaningless. They're not translated to real achievements in life. 80%, like you mentioned, are still living on ration. Am I jealous of that? That 80% of, the country that I was born in are still living on rations instead of, exploring and living the fullest potential of their lives? Why would I be jealous? I mean, that's a very perverse way of thinking that I'm jealous of somebody else.